Good morning, Saturday edition of the Captain's Log. Peter Jean-Marie showing me up. You're like a fashion extraordinaire here. Look at this tie, the suit. We got a big story for you. I appreciate you coming on. It's exciting. I like the fact that you're a local guy moving up and making waves in the fashion industry. My goodness. In Naples, Florida, of all places.
Correct.
All right, let's talk about it, Peter. Welcome to the Captain's Log. Thank you for joining me. My guest today has you have a custom line of
neckties and bow ties.
Yeah, and it's getting popular. It's catching on.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and share it out so your fans can see and they can hang out with us on the Captain's Log today.
All right. Oh, hey guys, name is Peter Jean-Marie. Obviously, I'm here with the man Brian, and actually, I am the founder, designer, owner of Peter Jean-Marie neckties and bow ties. I started this line 2 years ago after graduating school. Worked at Saks Fifth Avenue. My boss told me, "Hey Peter, you can't be a designer. In order for you to be a designer, you have to be selling your stuff within our store." And I said, "Okay, you watch me." And then I left, started my business a month ago, started doing pop-up shops. Everybody started writing about me, newspapers, live interviews, and bam, here I am. Celebrities are reaching out, and Peter Jean-Marie.
Yeah, so you're making waves, right? I think I saw it on the news. Did you do a news article or was it in the newspaper?
It was a live news television interview.
Okay.
There's 3 of them: NBC, Fox 4, and Wink.
And they all jumped on board.
Correct.
Did they jump on board because the story was that you're the designer and you're very young? How old are you, if you don't mind me saying?
23.
23, and you went to college here?
Yes. No. Miami International University.
In
Miami.
You're originally from where?
Naples, Florida.
You're from Naples. Great.
Yes.
And what gave you the idea that you were going to be a designer?
Well, I started off as a model. I used to model for Gap for a short period of time, and I was very limited to jobs. And I got tired of, being limited to other clothing brands in order to, go on and go ahead and do modeling businesses, etc. So one day I said, you know what? I'm going to start my own brand, start my own label, and be my own model. And
I think that's working out pretty good for you.
Yes.
Yeah, you're a very handsome gentleman.
Thank you.
Thank you. Which makes life a lot easier. I always feel like, it gives you more confidence. Yep. It inspires you to try new things because you just have more. You just have more of that thing, right? With that feeling, that positive vibe, and when you carry that along, people also gravitate towards that.
Correct.
And I did immediately when I saw your story, and I went on your Instagram. What's your Instagram, by the way, so they can follow you?
My Instagram is Peter Jean-Marie, PeterJean-Marie.
Yeah, that's an easy one, huh?
Yes.
No. I'm not going to remember that, dude. They'll replay that 10 times to get it right. So then you can follow him. But guys, you're going to love his story. So tell me, basically, you decided, this is only a few months ago? You could do it after. I don't know. Okay. Your phone's freaked out right there, so it's not working.
So I'm obviously trying to share this with some of my followers. Right. My phone is acting dumb, so
that's okay.
Put this down.
We'll do it after. So just a few months ago?
Yeah, since I've
started, or
no.
This has been going on for how long?
So the story has been going on since 2018.
When you started making your first bow ties and neckties.
Correct.
Is it bow ties and neckties, right?
Yes. And blazers and sport coats.
Oh, you're moving up. So is this one of your blazers?
Actually no. This is just a full suit that I'm wearing.
What about when do I get the Captain Brian edition?
Well,
I think we have to work on that immediately. That should be part of this whole scenario right now. We need our own line.
Correct.
No, I'm just teasing you. So about 2 years ago you started?
Yes.
How did you go from working at Saks Fifth Avenue to saying, look, I want to make my own ties, and then I want to produce them in the fashion where I can go ahead and sell them at other locations? Because that right there is a story in itself, because I've launched so many different products. I know in startup businesses that it's not easy no matter what you do.
Correct.
How'd you fund it? How did you figure out where to go to produce it? Like, I need to know these things.
Well, after graduating from design school, I walked into Saks as a designer. I made it straight that I was a designer. But somewhere down...
So you basically came in, you said, I'm a designer, I'm a fashion designer. And they were like, okay. Did they accept you, or they were like, yeah, BS?
It was like, yeah, okay, here's a position, or you're going to be doing sales.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Correct. So within those 3 to 5 months behind Saks Fifth Avenue, I've done my research. I've been looking at different brands, studying the labels, feeding off the factories where they were being manufactured, etc. So while being at Saks, I was planning my escape route.
Right. Before
I was ready to leave Saks, I was just planning out. And when it came to that day where I was done, fed up, ready to start my business, that was when my manager tried to make it clear that I wasn't a designer, and in order for me a designer, my stuff has to be in Saks Fifth Avenue. But anyways, I took that and I said, okay.
So wait, you literally hadn't started the business, but you took a leap of faith enough to quit your job that was paying the bills?
Correct.
And start from scratch. You didn't have both these side hustles at the same time?
Exactly.
Wow, that's a big one.
Exactly. So a month later, I launched my necktie, bow tie collection, made a whole announcement on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which I already had a huge following off of, and off of that, people were starting to make purchases online. It was just nonstop.
And you didn't even have the product, I imagine, right?
I did.
Some samples.
I did. I had the products.
So wait, how did you go from making zero to all of a sudden having enough to be able to sell without just showing off one or two and then telling them they're for sale? Because a lot of times people do that, right?
So one thing about being a designer, you're not a designer unless you actually know how to sew. You have to know how to,
Oh my goodness. So wait, you're doing this by hand?
Correct. That's how I started off with.
Yeah, so you're literally making them.
Yes.
I love that, because
Yes.
everything I've started, when I start a product, pretty much like the first prototypes, you have to make yourself.
Correct.
If you don't, like, you're going to go broke trying to start up these businesses.
Exactly.
So I always do it myself as well. Mm-hmm. So you're sewing and you're ironing and getting the fabrics.
Correct.
You went to the store, you picked it all out.
Correct. So one of my hidden talents is I textile design, make prints and all that. So I had already had prints that I had screen printed onto the materials, and then obviously I have the sewing skills, and I started off sewing hundreds and hundreds while working at Saks. That's all I've been doing, sewing. And
so you go home at night and you just start sewing ties.
Correct.
I like that. I like that.
And I did that for 3 months, and right after I did the big release, I went on and launched my first pop-up shop in Naples, Florida, and at the Coastal Center Mall. And people came out. My pop-up shop was for about 3 days. I was selling my ties $30 at the time, and within the second day, I had already made over $2,000 in sales.
Really?
Yes. And
I want a job, damn it.
Well, you're hired.
All right. I could be your marketing director.
Yeah.
So you had sold $2,000, and what kind of period?
$2,000 within 2 days.
No way.
Within 2 days, because it was a 3-day contract.
That's an overnight success.
Correct. And from there, off of that, I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and continue these pop-up shops, have them in different cities. Went to Miami, Gainesville, St. Petersburg, you name it. I was out there branding,
selling the products at these trade shows, pop-up shops, whatever.
Correct.
So the question I guess I have is, what does a tie cost for a consumer to purchase?
So, wait, are you talking about from my end or?
No, what does the customer spend to buy one of your ties?
So, as of right now, are you talking about before or right now?
I don't know. Tell me if I want to go buy one of your designs right now.
So
obviously the price is going up.
Correct.
You're getting more popular. The price is going up. Supply and demand now.
Correct.
So they started off at what?
So they start off at $50. They range up from $50 to $125 now.
Okay. So what do I get for $50? No more. There's no more $50 ones?
Yes, there are.
There are. And what do I get for $120?
For $120, you're getting the best quality silk, handmade, only available at Ritz or
Because that's one of the things that I want to mention. You're now selling them at the Ritz-Carlton in Naples, correct?
Correct.
And that's they're there all the time. That's not a pop-up anymore. They actually carry your inventory.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So how many different styles do they have?
20.
20?
Yes, 20 different style neckties, 12 different style bow ties, and 20 different style handkerchiefs.
Who's the competitors at the Ritz-Carlton we have to knock off? We have to get rid of those guys. We want to be the exclusive. What do we have to do? Who is it?
Ralph Lauren.
That guy's nobody.
Peter Millar.
They never done anything.
They're
not even from Naples.
I think. There's a few in there. There's a few in there.
So you got some stiff competition.
Yes.
But everyone, I'm sure, is going to want to gravitate towards the ones that are made by you, that are local in Naples,
Correct.
and that are obviously not massively manufactured like a guy like Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren is not hand sewing his ties like you do.
No.
So here's my thought. What about the ones that you no longer sell them by hand, right? You make the original designs and then passed on, and then they manufacture them, right? Is that how it works?
Correct.
I want to sell the ones that you originally make, the first design. Why don't we sell those ones for $250?
We can.
Those are the original designs, still handcrafted by Peter.
The bid starts at 100.
No, $250, bro.
$250?
$250.
Okay.
We're in Naples.
Okay, $250 it is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So you should take those, and then you sign them, and it's $350.
Okay.
If we sign the original handmade one, still handmade.
Yep.
You know?
Correct.
That's how you make the moves, baby.
That's right. I agree.
So this is your first business, obviously. You're 23. I can't imagine you've had too many other startups, no?
No.
No. So this is your first thing. So what kind of struggles are you facing right now?
Honestly, the only struggle that I am facing is simply...
I mean, you're growing, so you have to struggle with the growth, whether you have to hire people, you have to struggle with the bookkeeping. These things do take time. Don't tell me that you're good looking, you're a model, you can sew, you can make fashion, and you could do all those things too, because I'm quitting.
Okay.
You gotta have some struggle.
All right. The only struggle, you want me to be honest?
Yes.
The only struggle is the women.
Oh, you need a woman.
Well, not exactly. So when I had opened my first kiosk store at the mall, obviously, people see the news press, the newspapers and all that. And, you start gaining a little fan base and all that.
Notoriety. People want to hang out with you.
Correct. And if I were to tell you how many times I've been hit on by a woman
on the gram, probably they slid into your DMs.
Yes, around, I say about the age late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah, they want a young buck like yourself. What do you want? What do you want? They need your energy.
Correct, and that's just pretty much it. Just trying to stay focused and all that.
Stay in your lane, do your thing without the distractions.
Exactly.
Well, I really commend you. I know that no matter what you do, this day and age as an entrepreneur, you are definitely ahead of the curve. It seems like you're already in the freaking clear, man, making money, which is very amazing. I give you mad props. You're out there, you're getting PR, people are recognizing you, you're on social media, blowing that up. And it's a pleasure to have you on the show, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, go follow Peter on the gram. You better say it, because I don't want to screw it up.
At Peter Jean Marie. And make sure you guys on my end go follow Brian.
It's Captain Brian, CaptBrien. We'll share this out there, guys. If you want to DM us, ask us questions, whatever it is, where you can get the supplies. Do you ship them also? I should have asked that.
Yes, I sometimes...
What's your website? Because can they buy them direct?
Yes, you can buy them at peterjeanmarie.store. And there's a few from the first collection available on Amazon as well.
Oh, excellent. Thank you for joining me, man. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Happy Saturday, guys. We're out.